Hi and welcome. My name is Pinky Ghelani and you are watching Pinky TV. Welcome to What Women Want Online, the show where you get to meet incredible people who share stories of hope, resilience and excellence. We are filming at the Social House in Nairobi, Kenya, and these conversations are brought to you by SBM Bank and Safaricom. The word super is synonymous with her name. She has an undergrad from USIU as a marketing student and an MBA from Liverpool. She's a mom and an entrepreneur. She once had a tours and travel company, but found that she would rather be in the event space, a persona that is fierce, almost untouchable. Yet when you broach her and get to know her, she's quite the opposite, but still no less of super. The original super mama, Christine Odero. Welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's so nice to hang out with you. We've worked in the past at one of your events together.
Very true. Must have been 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your energy is still amazing.
The older I get, eh?
You're so, yeah, the older you get, the better you get. I find that as well. Do you find that?
I think so too. I think so too.
Yeah. Okay, so you had a solid upbringing. Am I right in saying that?
True.
Solid upbringing.
Yeah.
You've made a lot of references to your father when I read up on you.
Really?
Yes. Your dad is hardworking.
Very.
Obviously had an impact in your life. What would you say two of his values that rubbed off on you and that basically you make sure you carry on in every aspect in your life?
When I think of my dad, Evans Kasina, the man himself, my memories of him waking up very early to go to work, 6:30 out of the house for 30 years or so.
Wow.
So what I remember about him is one, being prompt and being very hardworking. So the two things that I've rubbed off from my father are, number one, I think the hardworking part of it. I saw it with my father, I saw it with my mother. And then the other thing is he's very funny.
Oh,
he's funny.
So that's where you get your humor from.
And the funny thing with him, when you look at him, he looks stern and unapproachable until he speaks or he says something and you can't believe it's the same person you thought is totally unapproachable. So people do tell me that they think twice before they speak to me until I speak, or when I smile and I crack those jokes and say ridiculous things. I'm so harmless.
Yeah.
Very harmless.
You really are. And you're so funny. I think wit comes with intelligence.
You think?
Don't you?
No, it does.
Yeah.
It sure does.
So thanks, Dad.
Amen.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it true that once you align your values, your soul, and your purpose with your vision, your career, and your profits, life takes on a different meaning?
It does.
Tell me why.
It does, in the sense that you get clarity of what you are and what you stand for. And once you know what you stand for, then it becomes easier for all that to permeate in other areas of your life. There are things you'd never compromise on. For example, as somebody who does, say, marketing on behalf of brands, or even provide a platform through Supermamas for people to come and speak to the mothers, for example. If it's something I don't stand for, no matter how much they offer me, probably I will not take it up. So it's just the way I operate my life.
Yeah.
My word is my bond, and I saw it with my father as well. Even up to now, when you tell him you're going to call him back, make sure you call him back. Otherwise, you'll get grief for a year. Like when you tell somebody something, you must come through. Keep your word. Yeah. So sometimes I find it hard, sitting next to somebody and they're saying, "Niko tu hapa na kam," and you can tell they're still, far away. So I try as much as possible to speak the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you do see that there is an ease in life when you are completely aligned.
Can you imagine? And then when you go to bed, you sleep in peace.
Yeah.
I think like peace over anything.
Deep.
Really deep. Yeah. Peace over anything.
Those ones you don't even remember your dreams, right?
No. Like you sleep and you sleep because you know you are your best that day, your best version of who you are.
Yes.
Everything aligns.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've been quoted saying that my mind is very complex. What does it take to be able to compartmentalize your complexities within your mind, then to go ahead and achieve everything that you've achieved?
Wow. I wonder why I was saying my mind is complex.
You don't remember saying it? Do you believe your mind is complex? Is it a complex mind? Remember, you maybe before babies you had a complex mind, and now after babies you don't.
What I know for sure, my mind doesn't stop.
Okay.
My mind doesn't stop. It's always thinking somehow of what next, what next, what do I need to do better. The simplest thing for me becomes something I need to improve on. Like somebody could be doing, like I love to run, for example, but then I'll be thinking, okay, how do I run a bit faster, or how do I work on my steps today? Though sometimes I just take it easy. So the point is, for me, nothing is ever just a simple thing. Everything is almost a project. Line. No, okay. I'm always thinking through things. And
so do you compartmentalize the complexities? Are you like, okay, this I can deal with later, this I can deal with, this I need to do now? Or do you just use that energy to do?
You know what I do? What I actually do, I try to simplify everything.
Okay.
One, I simplify, and then I look at the end game. What do I want to achieve out of this? And then I focus on the end result. Then whatever it takes to get there, somehow I'll find a way to get there. So these days with age, I find that it's easier for me, rather than focus on the oh my gosh, I focus on the result. And then I know I need to achieve 3, 4, 5, 6 things in this month. So my life is very structured and all my plans are documented. So literally I have a worksheet for my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
And does that help you?
It does.
Yeah?
Because I believe whatever gets written gets done. So I'm able to hold myself accountable.
I like that. Whatever gets written gets done.
Yeah. So I truly believe in that. I truly believe in that, and visual boards and all that. Every aspect of my life is visualized, it's documented.
You sound like Tony Robbins.
Really?
That's what he does, right? He visualizes, he writes it down, and then he goes out and he achieves.
And thinking over time, like when I look back, how far I have come, most of the things I have achieved, they ended up being on my visual board first before coming to life. Like I remember at some point in life, you know, starting out a business, and a lot of people had written me off. I thought to myself, you know what, you think my idea is so crap, I'm going to do so amazing that one day I'm going to be a top 40 under 40 in this country. Just like that, put it up in the air. Then one day I said, you know what, there's this lady I really admire, Joanne Mwangi. I said, one day I'll be a top 40 under 40 like Joanne Mwangi. So then I put Joanne on my visual board. So every time I woke up and I opened my cupboard, I would see Joanne. For like 2 years, it was there, you know, fading away. Then out of the blue, after working for a couple of years and on the idea and bringing Supermamas to life, eventually that call came. That, yeah, you're on this year's list of top 40 under 40, just visualizing it and seeing it, because then it kept me grounded to keep away from the noise and focus on what I want to achieve.
So when you visualize, do you attach a feeling to it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you felt winning. You felt that call had already come, for example. When you saw Joanne on your vision board, did you feel, I've already got that call. I'm already on that list.
No, I felt like that is where I need to go.
Okay.
So I felt a sense of purpose.
Okay.
Like this is what I'm working towards. So it gives me clarity that this is my end goal.
All right.
And even if I was not to get top 40 under 40, I would probably get something closer. Or within myself, I would have felt I have done something with my idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's powerful. That's interesting. The life of an entrepreneur is never easy. And for those who are watching, because you know we have a lot of people who would want to be in your shoes, what advice would you give them in regards to any challenges or obstacles when it comes to being an entrepreneur? And sort of, because you know, you look completely put together, like it's been easy. The minute you said, I want to open this company, doors open for you, and it's, But I'm sure you've had challenges.
Plenty.
So what would you tell people who are maybe going to undergo the same challenges, similar challenges, or are going through those challenges?
You know, when people look at entrepreneurs like, you know, me and you, they think, wow, that is what I want. For me, it started from, I never wanted to be in business, by the way. I just ended up in business because it found me.
Yeah.
I find that the only way you can eventually succeed in your own thing is respecting what you have right now. If you're in employment, do it the best way possible. Respect your boss's time, do your very best, because one day you're going to be the employer of another person, and karma is like that. So I find, number one, if you do your best when you're employed, eventually when you open your own thing, you can even go back to employer and they could be your first customer, depending on whatever you're doing. So that's number one, honoring your employer. And then when you get that opportunity to be in business, you have to choose what you love. Going into business because of money, I think it's a sure way to fail. You have to do what you really, really love. Because when there's no money coming in, like the first few years, what keeps you going? If the only thing that kept you going is that you wanted to make money. I mean, for me, impact was very important, that we bring women together and have different experts come and speak to them. Moms out there who have made it, you know, to come and tell them that you can also do it. So I felt that sense of purpose, that every time I mobilize moms to come together to listen to the experts and whoever was coming to speak, that they will come out of there motivated, they'll come out of there impacted in a way. So for me, it became more of a higher calling beyond business. And that is what keeps you going, because in tough times, I don't think it's always money. It becomes what you really want that vision to, you know, materialize, to impact, the difference you want to make.
Yeah.
It's not easy, you know, when you look all put together and, you know, rolling your sleeves to do the work. When I go for events, sometimes I show up. I only show up the first person, sometimes even before the hotel opens the conference room, and I'm the last person to leave. Because I want to see, I can send an intern to go and do that, but I want to see the setup done in a way that when my moms come, they feel appreciated, that somebody went out of their way. So I want to be there. And then helping out the guys here and there, I don't mind doing that, even the setup. And when they leave, I want to be there to tell the moms personally goodbye. So it's a lot of time. You really have to put your heart and soul into it. But most of all, you have to have a bigger desire than money.
So also not be afraid to get your hands dirty.
No.
Not be afraid to have the challenges thrown at you.
And people telling you no. Because number one, when people tell you no, sometimes as women, we take it personally. And you wonder, how come somebody else's platform, you see them doing stuff, why can't I? Or I talk to Safaricom, but they are on somebody else's platform, why not mine?
Why not?
Why not? So then you discover it's important to understand that the pie is big.
Yes.
The cake is really big, by the way. You know, when people compete with each other, we can't finish that cake, even for people in women empowerment. We can't finish it ourselves.
Exactly.
But then everybody's time, their time will come.
Yes.
That's what I believe.
Yeah. And I think it's important that we support each other as well.
Absolutely.
Especially as women. I know education in your life has been extremely important.
Yes.
It has shaped who you are, right? And you've obviously taken it to the next level. But today's world, education has shifted. It's changed. Nothing is promised. And you know, you could say that I'm going to get this degree to get this job, but today the world has shifted. It's changed. And what is your advice to anybody who's thinking, but I need an education in order to progress in life, or I don't need an education, it's not important?
Wow. If you asked me this question when I came out of, it goes way back when, because when I went to school, my father is the kind of person, education is key. We are not going to eat in this house, but you are going to go to school.
You're going to get
So I did my BCom marketing, and I was so excited, you know, doing it in USIU. It was a new world for me. And going to the UK, did my master's, and then coming back with the hope and belief that I'm going to get my nice corner office and it's going to be brilliant, and I'm going to travel around the world with my short skirt and stilettos and take over the world. 1 year down the line, coming from the UK, I didn't get my dream job. I really wanted to have a job in agency. I don't know why, but that fascinated me. Eventually, I ended up working in a place I didn't love, downtown industrial area, dusty and all that. My marketing degree didn't count. My employer, the only thing he cared for is you guys need to sell. Coming out of that, and then to cut the story short, from having an MBA to doing a marketing manager's job, customer service manager job, and eventually at some point becoming a PA secretary,
Yeah.
with all my education, what I've learned in that period of time, what's important is number one, being street smart. And then the education I got, my BCom and all that, has not been in naught because I've been able to apply my marketing, background in my business as well. And then being street smart and seeing how other people run their own businesses, then I've been able to bring it back into my own business. So I feel it's not a waste to get an education. I think it's important. It broadens your mind in a way. But the most important thing is for especially women to invest in self-educating themselves. Because I feel, and I felt especially when I was starting the business, it's very hard to get mentors. But between buying your handbag for 2,000 bob and going and buying that book, I found it easier to be mentored by books when it came to business. So the first 3, 4, 5 years, up to now, I read a lot of books. So that is how I was able to grow my business, literally being mentored by books.
Mm-hmm. And now we have so many options, especially with the digital.
Podcasts and all that.
There's so much. So you said you have a marketing background, of course, and we're talking about everything going digital. How can we market ourselves online in a strategic manner? So essentially, no matter what we are, whether it's a personal brand or a shoe, whatever it is, we're winning. What would be your advice?
My advice would be, there are people who say, why is it that Pinky is always posting about herself? I mean, why? And I'm thinking, why are you on your phone there scrolling what Pinky has posted? I feel as women, we need to get off the fence, because whether or not you're branding yourself online, somehow, we still have to work on our personal brands. I was having a conversation with my friend. So she was asking me, how come you're able to post whatever you post? And she was saying it's very hard for her to post and see herself. It's like being conceited.
Yeah.
But I told her, walking on this planet, the things I stand for, say, women empowerment, for motherhood kind of things. I stand for wellness and fitness. These are things that are very dear to me, and just encouraging other women. So I make sure whatever I post is in the scope of what I stand for.
Right.
So not just posting because, sometimes when somebody posts whatever and then they put a scripture, God is good, and we know you want us to see how cute you are today. Why can't I just say outfit, I love this outfit because?
Yeah.
So I think it's just in the scope of what you want to stand for and build your brand intentionally online. Because how people are being scouted right now is online, LinkedIn and all that.
Everything is online.
Yeah, so just find a way to build your brand online in a way you want to tell your story. And you have to be intentional about it. And even create a schedule that every Wednesday I'm going to post something about myself.
Yeah.
Maybe this week about something spiritual, then something fashion related to whatever is HR or whatever. But we have to be online. There's no other way to it.
And I think also we have to be unapologetic in being able to be who we are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're hot today, you are hot today. What's the problem?
What's the problem?
Say, I feel hot today.
I'm feeling good.
Yes.
But feel cute.
And
might
it's okay.
Later.
I think the thin line then becomes when you start becoming validated by the number of likes and all that.
Yeah.
There's always a thin line. But being grounded in who you are and what you stand for, post away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree in that. I completely agree. So you decided to rewrite your story.
Yes.
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
A lot of people are rewriting their story, or maybe thinking of rewriting their story, reinventing themselves, especially post-COVID, because I think that's the era we're in right now. And maybe they're feeling imposter syndrome. Maybe they feel it's not real when they're rewriting their story. How do you rewrite a story of yourself with passion and excellence?
I mean, how do you do that? Number one, we have to move with the times. And whether we like it or not, human beings are multifaceted. And then it's also becoming clear of who you are, you really, really are, without being defined by, say, for example, if you were to lose a job, or if I was to stop running Supermamas and start something else, there's still things I stand for. So if in this season I feel what I stand for is self-care,
Yeah.
everything I will preach about will be about self-care, and I will go all out about it. And then if I need to reinvent and start another business alongside only empowering 53-year-olds, then I will put it out there and say, this is what I'm doing. I think it's just about being brave and doing it. What's the worst that could happen?
True.
You will fail. And then what? You will get up and find another way of doing it.
And I think you learn yourself through failure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The more you do something over and over, the more you get a better way of doing it. Rather than, you know, sit by the fence and think, oh my God, oh my God. And then what? You sleep, you wake up. The world is always moving. It's better to move with it or be ahead.
Yeah.
Be ahead.
Oh, I like that. Better to move with it or be ahead.
Yeah.
I know also when I was reading about you, you said peace of mind is very important to you.
Yes.
Are you still that person?
I am.
It's ultimate goals. I think peace of mind for everyone.
You know what I would love to do, Pinky, one day is to know what drama feels like. What does drama feel like? I don't know.
Oh my God, come into my world.
I have no idea what drama feels like.
So how do you achieve your peace of mind?
Being intentional about the people who are around me. And there are not many. Like I know thousands of women. But there's the first circle and then there's the other circles. So I know where I plug in when I need to plug in. So I truly, really guard my peace. And even the content that comes into my head and the conversations I have with myself are things I'm very intentional about.
Okay, so talk us through that. When it comes to, say, maybe toxicity in regards to friends or family. How do you draw the line? What do you do in order to say, okay, no, this person is not for me, and I will not, like you said, allow them into this circle? What do you do?
What I do, these days I'm brave enough to tell you why I feel what I feel. And of course you won't get it, but I would have voiced why I feel the way I feel. And then I'll be respectful in distancing you from my space. If we need to have a conversation, we'll have a civil conversation. But you will not hear me like, gossip and whatnot about you. Not at all. So how I do it is, number one, having those conversations if I need to. And then after that, I just fade away from your life without you noticing. Just don't engage. You know, you can choose whom you engage with. And you can choose which dramas you can engage with. And sometimes when I look at somebody like Beyonce, the whole world is engaging about whether she's pregnant or not. Did she ever address it? Never. Just choose the buttons where you press mute. And there are buttons in my life I just press mute because it's not serving my bigger purpose and I'm not being beneficial to this person or to this situation. So what's the point of engaging?
How important is it to have a voice?
I think that's very important because naturally women want to be liked. So we struggle so much to just tell you no, like no is something we don't use.
Enough.
And then I have to explain to you why I'm telling you no. But it's just no.
They say no is a complete sentence.
Yeah. Maybe it comes with age. In my 20s, of course, I wouldn't do that. But I think by around 33, 35, I'm an old soul. So no is just no.
Yeah, absolutely. No is just no. But maybe it does because a lot of people don't have the confidence to be able to just say no.
And then also being complete in your own company. And that if I'm going to be in a relationship with anybody, friends, associates, it has to be a symbiotic relationship where I'm of benefit to you. You know, and I compliment you in a certain way. I bring value to you. So if I don't and you don't, no. It's very simple. It's not even personal.
And I think we take a lot of things personally.
No, we shouldn't. It takes time. It takes time.
You were talking earlier about self-care. I'm a big person, like I keep on preaching self-love, self-love, self-love. Are you in love with yourself?
Man, maybe a bit much.
Yeah? I like it. Is that a bad thing?
It's a good thing, but it takes time. It takes time, especially in the space where you are a mother. It takes a lot of bravery to do that. When I got my second child, when I got Oli, and for years, one of my ways of practicing self-care is creating time for myself to say, work out, run, or whatever. My poison is running. And just apart from running around the estate, I decided, you know what, I'm going to take this to the next level. I want to go around the world, see places. I want to see the world running.
Wow.
And to then look at my 2 boys and the people in my home, and I'm thinking, okay, this is my space. This is how I take care of myself. Will these people understand when I tell them I need to go somewhere and run? So I just started by doing it. I say, you know what, I prepare them 3, 4, 5 months in advance. In March, I'm going to run in Tanzania. And then in May, I'm going to run in Rwanda. But of course, I will come back. And then at some point, I'm going to run in Zimbabwe. And most likely at some point, I'll jump off the cliff, bungee jumping. And then I will come back. I explain to people why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But for me, it's big to have that space to rejuvenate and to reconnect with yourself. Because I always say we are custodians of our children. At 18 is even far. My son is now 11. By the time he's 13, already with his fortnight PlayStation, I can barely get his attention.
Yeah.
By 15, he will put a sign on his door, knock before you enter.
Yes, yes.
So I would have put so much energy into my children, and which is fine.
Yeah.
But I don't want to make them my only project in my life. I just believe there's more to me than motherhood. That I am a full, complete individual without any other thing, and then these other things just make part of me.
Added, yeah. Wow. Christine, I can see why you are where you are.
But it sounds crazy, people tell me, how can you just go and do your stuff? Or
no, I
don't
think
know.
It's so important. And like I said before, we have to stop apologizing for putting ourselves first. And I think we've been taught that that's a bad thing.
Very bad thing.
But I think when you understand that you cannot pour from an empty cup.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's when the world becomes a better place, because you start looking after you first.
Yeah.
And you're not tormented or traumatized by things that you weren't able, like for example, if running in Zimbabwe is one of your things and you were told no, and you said, okay, no, I will not do it because XYZ, my son is too young. Yeah. And then you live with that regret, you are an unhappy person.
Absolutely.
And you take out your unhappiness on someone.
And when mom is not happy, everybody's not happy.
I agree. Who does that?
Yeah.
Oprah. Yeah. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. You could be doing that thanks to Safaricom. All you have to do is press on your phone *544# and you get 200 MBs for just 20 shillings. Also, if you're not a fan of queues or paperwork, then enjoy a world of ease on the all-new Postpay. Sign up in 4 easy steps and enjoy more value on calls, data, and SMSs. Head to your Safaricom app and click on Postpay Plans. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, these conversations are brought to you by SBM Bank. SBM Bank is always thinking of you, their client, through workplace banking. SBM has made unsecured, accessible loans available for its clients. For your chance to win, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and comment on this video either on YouTube or on Facebook Watch, and you could be a winner of a brand new phone thanks to Safaricom. I know, yay, Christine. Christine and I would love to hear from you, by the way, so make sure you comment anything that Christine said that resonated. There's so much, I wish I was making notes, but I will watch this again and again.
I'm telling you, life teaches you things.
Life does teach you things. And the thing is that we have to take those lessons.
Yeah.
We have to be alert enough, intentional enough to be able to take those lessons. Christine, thank you. Thank you for sharing your light with us and your wealth of information. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Pinky.
As you run across the globe when borders open up and we get a bit of normalcy back.
Amen to that.
Yeah, amen to that. Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Christine.
Pinky.
On this show, we have conversations that aim to inspire, and we hope that it causes you to take a deep dive within yourself to find out who you are. Real power is always internal. Real power is self-love. Real power is from your core, and real power is authenticity. There's nothing like showing up as your authentic self. Find out who that person is and show up as that person every day. The world will be grateful that you did. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next time, we'll see you again. Bye.